Good evening and welcome back to Pampered by John. I am Stephanie and tonight I'm going to be teaching you how to make a teriyaki glazed salmon with roasted potatoes and some candied carrots. I'm going to also be showing off some of our new Pampered Chef tools, so you'll definitely want to check those out, and make the list of the tools that we're using will be in the description below. And on the screen, you will find the recipe as I'm going through it. Make sure, though, that you hit like and subscribe so that you can follow all of our upcoming recipes that we have. And also, if you have any upcoming vacations, you will want to check out the link listed in the description below for our newest site, which is Horizon Explorers. We are also now travel agents. We can save you some money on your travel or vacations or cruises, and you don't pay a dime for our services, but we can get you some amazing deals that you can't get on your own. So go check us out. We got some videos and pictures up for you. Here is all the ingredients we will be using tonight to make our salmon and our potatoes and carrots. All of this will be listed in the description below, so you can watch, pause, rewind as much as you need to be able to make this dish for your family. Okay, we are going to start by slicing up our potatoes. We are going to use our Veggie Slicer. It will quarter them for us very easily. Just set your potato down. Set your slicer in the top. Press down. Press in the bottom. And now you have beautiful potato wedges. Once we have all of our potatoes cut up, we are going to take a Ziploc bag and put all of our potatoes in this. You can also use a mixing bowl, but I find that using the Ziploc bag allows the seasoning to cover the potatoes better. Just kind of throw them all in here. Then we are going to pour some of our olive oil. Now, I don't measure it, but if you want, I use probably about a third of a cup. Then we are going to put kosher salt. Now, this is coarse, and the reason you want coarse kosher salt is because it will stick to the potatoes better. So, sorry for those that like to measure things, but that's about how much I put in there. I'd say it's probably about a tablespoon and a half, if I was guessing. Then we're going to put in some black pepper. A little rosemary. Now, this rosemary is also sold by a Pampered Chef. We're also going to have some Italian seasoning. Over the years of working with Pampered Chef, I found that majority of their seasonings are amazing, so I try to use them whenever I can. But if you don't have them, you can use whatever you can get at Walmart. Then we're just going to toss until all the potatoes are thoroughly coated. Now, you want to make sure you take your time with this because of the fact that you put that salt in there, and you don't want that salt to clump on one of your potatoes. Once they're thoroughly coated, we are going to transfer them to our cooking stone, which also comes from Pampered Chef. Ignore the little chip in it. It had an accident over the years. The trick with cooking stones from Pampered Chef, the darker the stone is, the better it cooks. So this doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want them all in a single layer so that they cook better. Then we are going to transfer these potatoes to our oven that is preheated to 350, and we're going to cook them for 30 minutes and test how tender they are. Alrighty, so for the carrots, we are going to take a bag of baby carrots. You can get whatever size feeds your family. I have to get a very large size because everybody in my household absolutely loves these carrots. We're going to put those in our pot, and then we're going to work on our sauce. So this is one of our batter bowls from Pampered Chef, and I'm using it because I'm going to be using brown sugar in this. And to make sure that we have something that can pour easily over the carrots and the salmon, we want to heat it up slightly. And you could put this in the microwave, and the handle doesn't get hot. Alrighty, so we are going to do 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Now you are going to want to make sure you pack this in your measuring cup, because brown sugar has a tendency to leave air pockets in the bottom, and then you're not actually getting the whole 3/4 of a cup. So make sure you pack it in, and then just dump it in your batter bowl. The next thing we are going to do is our soy sauce, and we are going to use 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. This adds a little salt and balances out the sweetness, because you don't want your teriyaki sauce to be too sweet when you're eating your carrots and your salmon. I was talking and I lost count. I hope that was 4. You can leave me a message in the comments below and tell me if you saw me pour more than 4. The next thing we're going to use is this little gadget here, and this is a measure-all. And one of the things I absolutely love about this is you can do semi-solid liquids like honey and yogurt, but it has a slide technology that allows it to clean off the entire side of your cup. So you get every piece of ingredient that you pour in here. And we are going to do 1/2 cup of honey. Alrighty, so we are going to pour ourselves up 1/2 cup of honey. And then we're going to add this to our mixture. You dump and press all the way to the bottom, and as you can see, there is no residue left in the measuring cup. We will use one of our scrapers to get the last little bit off of the end. And now we have all of our ingredients in our batter bowl, and it's ready for the microwave. So we're going to put this in our microwave, and we're going to do it for 30 seconds at a time, and we are going to stir in between each set. Alrighty, so you want to heat this up until you get this very liquidy consistency. And the reason you want it that liquidy is so that you can coat your salmon with it first before we pour it over our carrots. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have this beautiful salmon. It does have the skin on it. You can get salmon with or without the skin. Alright, so you see how this piece of salmon is thicker and this is thinner. If you put this in the oven all in one piece, this piece over here is going to be so dry and inedible, you are not going to want it. So we are going to cut off the thin pieces. We are still going to use them. We just want to cut them off and cook them for a little bit less time than the fat salmon. Alrighty, so as you can see, we have the 2 pieces. We are going to do that for all of our pieces of salmon. See how this one has the thinner tail piece? We are going to cut that piece off as well. Now, sometimes when I'm cooking this, I will give the thinner pieces a different flavor than the thicker pieces. That way we can just mix it up. Looks like my knife needs a little bit of sharpening. But that's okay, because Pampered Chef gives me a tool to take care of my Pampered Chef knives. Alright, so another alternative, since the knife is not wanting to cooperate with me tonight, is the Pampered Chef scissors. The Pampered Chef scissors, you could use that to cut thinner pieces off. And as you see, that goes a lot faster. So we are going to wrap our cookie sheet in aluminum foil so that the mess of the sticky sauce is easy to clean up afterwards. Make sure when you are covering it that you leave these sides up. And now we are going to take and dip our salmon in our sauce so that it is good and coated on both sides. Make sure you leave time for your sauce to cool a little bit. It will be still thin, but you do not want to burn your fingers sticking them in the hot sauce out of the microwave. So all of our chunkier pieces, for lack of a better word, are coated now nicely. Once all your salmon is coated, you're going to take your sesame seeds and just sprinkle them over the top. You can put as many or as few as you want, or you can leave them off entirely if you don't have them. Alrighty, so now that our salmon is ready to go in the oven, we are going to get our carrots ready to go on the stove. You will take what is left of your sauce and you are going to scrape it out over your carrots. And yes, I already know there are going to be people in my comments saying cross-contamination. If I was putting this on chicken, that would be a concern. But since I am putting it on fish, anything that would be on the fish would be cooked out, so it is perfectly safe to use the same sauce on your carrots as you do your salmon. We're going to put a whole stick of butter and we are going to put just a sprinkle of our coarse salt. Just a small amount, just to counteract all that sweetness on your carrots. And now we are going to move these to the oven, to the stove. We're not putting these in the oven. And the salmon to the oven and get this food cooking. Now we are going to cook this on about medium, high, regular medium. It depends on your stove. You will know your stove best, so whatever it takes to get your stove to cook this. We don't want it to boil. Basically, you want the sauce and the butter to steam the carrots. So we are going to put a lid on it. And then we are going to get one of our gloves. And we are going to move our potatoes down to make room for our salmon. Boy, they sure do smell good. I wish you could smell them. They're already getting nice and golden brown. Now I'm only putting the chunky salmon in first because the thinner salmon will take a lot less time. Alrighty, so we are going to take our salmon out of the oven and test the temperature to make sure that it is ready. Now the temperature of the salmon is going to be a preference thing. Some people prefer it with less cooked. We happen to prefer it about 160 on the internal temperature. And we are there. So these fatter pieces are done. And so are our skinnier pieces. So we are ready now to test our carrots. Alrighty, so your carrots also, you're going to cook those to the doneness that you want. I like mine nice and soft when I make them this way. So I just test it with the spoon. It breaks apart easily. So these are ready as well. So our dinner is now complete. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today, and I hope that you will make this amazing meal for your family. It's something that's nice, quick, and easy that you could do on a weekday, and your family is going to absolutely love it. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel to see more amazing dishes.